This program has been made possible by the generous support of the Women's Foundation, the Ford Foundation, the McCormick Foundation, Zero Divide, the Stewart Foundation, the Nathan Cummings Foundation, and the California Endowment.
It's Jasmine A here with yotv.
Yes, and I am Donnie.
And this time around, we're here, and the topic of discussion on this show is gangs. So we're going to show you a lot of stories pertaining to youth and gang culture all around the world, all around the Bay.
Yes.
It's going to be really informational and sensational.
Informational and sensational. Those are good words. I hope you guys enjoy it, but the first one we're gonna bring you is about a barbershop in San Francisco that a bunch of young people opened together. It's keeping a lot of kids out of trouble and keeping people's fades lined up. So watch, enjoy.
You know what I mean? It's the barber right here, y'all. D-Rod, we got Richie inside. It's your boy Cool Guy with Ease, man. You can find me on the street, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we here at Fine Line Barbershop, and welcome. You over here at San Jose and Santa Rosa.
Yeah.
So y'all come check it out. There's the man right here, man. You want to look sexy, you want to look cute, whatever the case is, holla at the man, you know what I mean? Fine Line Barbershop, baby.
Yeah.
To impress, to impress, to impress.
When we got this spot was about almost a year ago, but we wasn't even open like this. We, you know what I'm saying? We just had it, you know what I'm saying, just to make sure we had a spot.
This is Graham James. He's the one that designed our logo. Without him, we wouldn't have a face pretty much. So we're very proud of the logo, and it would be an honor for you to unveil it for everyone to see. So.
All right.
Thank all y'all for coming. Me and Richie worked hella hard for this, man, and it wouldn't be possible for all of us.
You gotta say, Richie's a man of few words. Say
Thank you for coming.
yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Eric, he's gonna get the low ball fade, but you know, a lot of people get tapers, you know what I'm saying? Caesar tapers, ball fades, just straight up, just straight lines, and I mean, that's what we do. We do everything, you know, trims on older senior men to bald haircuts to whatever you want. What goes down in the barbershop is just a regular barbershop, you know, like conversation, gossip, do gossip though, you know what I mean? It all started when, back probably in 2000, I was actually locked up in a boys' ranch. And I started, there's this one guy named Mr. Martinez that used to come up in the boys' ranch and used to cut each other's hair. And because, in the boys' ranch, we had to be clean. And, I kind of thought it was cool the way he used to just take care of all 30 inmates and make us look clean. So I decided on buying some clippers when I got out. I used to write for the beat with them. I used to have poems in there all the time, blood. I swear. Dude, that and this kept me out of trouble in there, blood, because for a while in there, but I was chunking them too much in there. See, I was cutting hair, like through garages and my garage for a long time. And I decided I was so good at it, I might as well open up a barbershop. Looking fresh, E.
Looking fine out here, baby.
See that fine line, man.
See that fine line? What you know about it?
Looked it with other business partners, Christopher D's and TJ and C-Mags. First, you got to get a barber's license first and foremost to open up a barbershop. So me and Richie did that for, we was in barber college for about 10 months until I just took my test last week and got my L's. So that's why we had the grand opening last week. Yeah, and of course, and then we gotta get a business license through City Hall. $6,000, cost $6,000 to go to barber college. I think now they even upped it up another couple hundred. I think it's like $6,500 now. Yeah, to get that $6,500, man. I actually had to drop out of City College for a while and get a little job at a little trucking company and stuff. Worked there for like 4 or 5 months, stacked about 6 racks. This Cool Care right here, this is to like cool down your blades and disinfect them and stuff. The aftershave, so you get that fresh burn, really, to like, you know, so people won't get no razor bumps and stuff like that. Barbicide. That right there, that's disinfect everything, like for our combs, brushes, to clips. Yep, I got 4 pair of clippers. Okay. Yeah, these to line up the heads though, line up. Do the fade with these. The masters, you gotta have a pair of masters. If you're a barber, you gotta have a pair of masters, you feel me? Yeah, it's all good,
You like that? Fades, high tops. I had a high top fade yesterday where I braided it up. I didn't go to fine lines though.
No?
I got a kitchen do. But next we're gonna talk to Beta Weeda, who is a rapper from East Oakland, and he's talking about the community, his music, and being relevant to the people in his community, as he's very popular. It was an honor to talk to this
And
guy.
a privilege.
It was. So that's what's next.
Our swagger and our style is just out of this world. We just got a lot of game out here. We real experienced. Oakland was actually like supposed to be the suburb. Frisco was supposed to be like the city. Oakland was like one of the first cities in America to where crack really hit and was kicking off, and there was a lot of drug dealing going on. You know what I'm saying? And especially being at the port was there. That's another reason why, you know, it was so much drugs over here, because of the port. You know what I'm talking about, to get it over here. People that was around that time, that grew up in that time, that kind of didn't give the next generation the right way to go. Instead of telling them this way, they're showing them the bad way. It's just like such a great city to me, but it's just with the street stuff, and when crack hit Oakland, like the drugs out here is real bad. The drug problem is real bad. You know what I'm saying? As far as people taking drugs and selling drugs, and it really handicaps us. They're trying to push us out now. A lot of people are migrating to Sacramento. You know what I'm saying? Antioch and Pittsburgh and all that. You know what I mean? And all that's going to happen is, you know, it's probably gonna end up start looking like Oakland. It's already like Oakland out there. My music ain't all the time positive because of where I come from, and you know, but I try to balance it out by speaking to the kids and getting active in the community, and like I said, do the back to school thing and the stop the violence thing, and you know, let them know it's okay not to be in the streets. You can go to school and work and have a job. But we got the Pro Tools running up here. We got the digital Yamaha board, and I know how to work all this. You know what I'm saying? I could do all this by myself with nobody in here running back and forth. To my first album, it was a trip when we got it mixed down. Right, the engineer would laugh because you can hear the door creaking, going back and forth and slamming throughout the song. You know what I'm saying? Because that was from me hitting record and running in the booth. The booth right here. You know, my homie Vito, Free Vito, he built this for me. He coming home soon. We got the Newman, that big thing. That's the mic to get, man. Get you a Newman. I'm gonna take y'all to this the Timberland right here. It's the Miko. This is when you really got your chips together and you really trying to do it big and spend some nice change with some equipment, man. This is everything you just seen in that studio in one. You can record vocals on here. You got the thing right here for the mic, sound card. You can record vocals. You can make the beat. You can mix it down. You can sample on here. You can master on here. You can do everything on here. All right, it's our dirty warehouse right here, but if it's dirty, that means there's a lot of work going on. This right here, t-shirt machine. Got the screens right here. I don't know if we can show this because it got cussing on it. Is it okay? These are new shirts we're doing right now. It's called I Run-ish. And basically, like, we took the Run DMC sign and kind of flipped it around a little bit. So these are the ones we're selling right now for $10. We do all the shirts in here. You know what I mean? But this is where you put the paint on it and you press it down and take it off, and then you come over here to the dryer right here and you put it on here and it dries it to the shirt, and then voila, you have it. Vote for this guy right here, man. Vote for that dude right there, man. That's a good dude. Cause man, it shows change. And change is good. If he wins, it shows change. You know what I mean? So that's a lot of potential for the world. Yeah, I'm gonna vote. And I'm doing a project that has to do with voting. So Wake Your Game Up. It's called Wake Your Game Up. That's the name of the song I got too. It's gonna be me, Fab, and Jay Stalin. But it's basically like he reached out to all the hip hop artists in the Bay, came together, you know, kind of stressed that, you know, you need to get out there and vote if you're able to. You know what I mean? A lot of people think that the system is it doesn't affect them or whatever, or they don't trip off of it, but you know, like it's a recession right now. Times is bad, people doing bad, and I know everybody feel it. I even feel it, you know what I'm saying? And I do music. So, you know, you gotta, you know, it's time for us to quit accepting what we getting handed, and you have a choice, make a choice. This is what it is, and I'm trying to do it big. Having money like I'm touring. I ain't even left the crib. I ain't even left the city like the cutthroat committee. Keep it macking and murder, stacking and packing a burner. Caked up, counting racks in the cracks of the gutter. I could be a pimp, I can't be a lover. NT butter, T-tops cover funk season, popping off, riding drops to get you smothered. I'm a cold young hustler, accustomed to custom clothes, riding 24s and pimping on pretty boys. Keep my mouth closed, loose lips, sink ships. All that pillow talking you doing, you off licks, tricking off on them sticks. That ain't in my blood. I'm grinding, stacking money, trying to free my cuz. I'm an East Oakland top boy, no blue or blood. I'm trying to get my money and I'm like, that's what's up. Yeah, beat the weed on yotv. You know what I'm talking about? Holla.
This next story is about a young man named Omar. He grew up all around San Francisco's Mission District and got into some trouble when he was younger, but he changed his life around. But due to a thing called a gang injunction, where certain people are prohibited to go to certain places in the city, the Mission's one of them, and his Hunters Point, where we are now, is another one of them. His life was drastically altered once again, and right now he's going to tell you his story.
Everybody at that time, you know what I'm saying, back in the day, I guess, in the Mission and you're Latin, you have to pick a side or something, you know. But I grew up, you know, I'm a Giants fan and a Niners fan, so off top I have to rep, you know what I'm saying. I always had my Niner jerseys and Giants hats and, you know, all that stuff, so I think I was automatically labeled by everybody to see me, you know, oh, he has red on, you know what I'm saying, you know, Nathaniel, you know what I'm saying. Everybody thinks I'm gangbanging, I might as well, you know what I'm saying, gangbang, you know. Well, my PO made me sign the paper, and, you know, and he was like, pretty much like a contract, like, you know, now he give me heads up, you know what I'm saying, and so basically if I get, you know, I guess if I get caught or something in there, like, I guess I can get violated for probation. When I first came here, I think I lived on like 17th in Valencia, or no, Guerrero, and then we moved to 15th in Guerrero by the VGs. Then I moved down to 26th in Alabama by Garfield Park. And then I lived on 21st in Bryan. And just growing up, like I kept moving back and forth everywhere. So it was like I grew up damn near the whole Mission.
This is the Bryan Terrace building. I used to live here like way long time ago. I'm talking about like about 12 years back or something like that. I'd live here for like maybe about a good year, but I've always lived like within this perimeter, you know what I'm saying? From here, I moved to Upper Mission more, always in the Mission though, you know? I feel like this is art, like a Latin community, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel like somebody should be kicking us out.
I mean, back when I was younger, I know it wasn't that many, like, you know, white people in the Mission. Mm-hmm. But as, you know, the years kept going, like, the numbers of Latino people in the Mission, like, going down, you know what I'm saying? And it's continuing at a pretty fast rate. So by putting the gang injunction and arresting all pretty much the Latin community, you know, then they're gonna be like, okay, well, we're keeping them off the streets. Now make room for all the rich, whatever folks to come in there and build shops and whatever.
We're on 20th in York, and that's the slash club bar slash restaurant J&B. Actually, I came in here with one of my boys that's about 26 years old. I'm 22 years old, and another lady friend. And as soon as we walked inside the door, the owners came up to us to talk about there's a dress code in there, and you know, and if we have ID. I later found out that one of my boys went over there, and he's not even Latin, he's Arabic, and he got kicked out too. And it's just because they don't want, like, you know what I'm saying, young Latin You know what I'm saying? They don't want Latin people, they don't want that, what I heard is they don't want that kind of crowd in the bar, you know what I'm saying? And now over the years then, with raising rent and all these laws and stuff like that, you know, they've been trying to drive all the Latin people out of the Mission and trying to make it another North Beach probably, you know what I'm saying?
Has it changed how you deal with in the Mission or deal with
Yeah, hell yeah. It's not like I'm just on the block chilling, and of course there's not that many people like that just around chilling waiting for the 5-0 to come get you, you know what I'm saying? I go to the normal stores, I go, you know what I'm saying, buy my stuff, whatever, eat, whatever, I go hang out, you know what I'm saying?
This is between 20th and 21st, between the Junction area, and the Junction would be on the next block up, next street corner. This is my regular optometrist ever since I've been probably like 6 or 7 years old. It's right around the borders of the gang Junction. Right now I live in Daly City, but if I want to eat some like good Latin food or get a real burrito, I'll come to any taqueria in the Mission. Taquerias over here stay open till like 3 o'clock in the morning. I eat dinner at 10 o'clock sometimes, you know, so if I want to get me some good food, I come out here.
I mean, people, they're gonna do regardless what they're gonna do, you know what I'm saying? I mean, police ain't never, I mean, if they think a gang junction is gonna put a halt to any activity, they're wrong. It's just gonna make people get smarter and get up to that level, you know what I'm saying? Where like, okay, they wanna mess with us this way, then we'll find another way to do it, you know what I'm saying?
I'm planning on moving back to the Mission. And whether the gang junction is gonna fly or not, I'm still planning on moving over here. This is like closest feeling that I have to home.
Hello. So our next story takes us to Honduras, where we have footage of a massacre which led to a number of small children being killed on a school bus. Some of the footage in this video is very graphic, so we do want to let you know so you can take that precaution.
Yeah, a guy named Estria, a graffiti artist from the Bay Area, went down to Honduras and got a lot of the kids together and a lot of the town people together to try to, you know, make something good out of a really terrible situation and put some smiles back onto some faces.
¿Y quién más? One more guy?
Have him try, have him try.
Dale, vamos a ver.
Mingo, es que te van a dar otro, calmate.
Okay, my name's Estria. I am a graffiti muralist of 20 some odd years.
So talk to me about this project.
Okay, so this was a mural project in Honduras, and Josue, my good friend, organized this project, made it happen, raised some funds. We went down there to paint a mural. When we got down there, we found this school where there were, on the outside of the school was a site of a massacre, and it was what happened with the massacre was a school bus, a yellow school bus full of people, was surrounded by 3 cars. The men in the cars got out, shot up the whole bus with machine guns. The only people that survived were laying under the bodies of the dead. Then they drove off. So that massacre gave all of Central America carte blanche to start killing off all the gang kids. So they take a hardline policy down there of like, kill them all kind of thing. Like, there's no tolerance. They just round them up and kill them. It's basically a low-level genocide where they've been killing hundreds of kids a year in each country. So you're talking thousands of kids have disappeared. Kind of a very important site. All there is at that site is just a little plain black metal cross that somebody put up in memory of them, and that's it. So when we got there, we decided, oh, we gotta paint the mural at the massacre site. So we worked with some youth in a program down there that tries to get kids out of gangs and tries to get the kids, basically to save their lives, find them a direction in life, help the community. It's a powerful program. So the kids helped us, we planned the concept. Really short, it's a short trip, so we had to make the mural happen really quickly. We brought some acrylic paints with us. We went around with them and found some spray paints in some hardware stores. Yo, it was very empowering. It was possibly one of the first all spray paint murals in that city. It's San Pedro Sulas. So the kids there were just crazy about it. Like their older brothers and sisters are in the gang, so they're into like Cholo style lettering, Old English style letterings, but they don't really understand why. They're into all the things that gang life has brought there, all the displaced gangsters has brought down there, and so they emulate that. And then they see graffiti as part of that lifestyle. They see it in all the movies, You know, even if they watch a cop show, there's graffiti in the backgrounds on all the streets, so they want to emulate what they see on TV. And so it gave them a chance to try, and they got really juiced off of it. We saw a couple kids just really fall in love with it to the point where they weren't even talking to us. They just started drawing and studying and getting really hyped off the lettering styles. It's something that kids can access because you can start with very simple basics in that, and all you need is a pencil and paper. And anybody can find that, you know. And our concept was Arte es la vida, art is the life, and we wanted to honor the people that had died at that massacre. So Josue painted a little school bus that was going upwards, and it had little wings, and that was right next to the cross. So people really liked that because it honored them in a positive, uplifting way, not in a sad, gloomy way. And we decided to make this mural big, so I think it's about 60 feet long. And the kids got to paint. We had a couple of kids come from the school to paint, and it was so powerful that people kept stopping. The buses would stop in front of us. And each bus is full. I would say 30 people per bus. And they would stop and they would clap and honk and, you know, cheer us on. People would say, "Thank you for painting our neighborhood. It was, you know, thank you for giving us a mural. Thank you for the art." I never saw so many people stop and appreciate a mural in my entire mural career. So it might not be my artistic best, but it's definitely the most impacting mural that I've ever painted, just in terms of how the public received it. We had families stopping, even after it got dark, just stopping to talk to us and, you know, asking us about the project and why we're doing it and how awesome it is. I think they got into the local newspapers there. So it got a lot of exposure. It was really, really great project for the neighborhood. Well, for me, I believe that if you're painting murals, then you have to be accountable to your community. And most times I think that means being accountable to the community that the mural is in, or the people that it's going to speak to. And what are you going to speak upon? So are you going to paint a little mural with little bunny rabbits and Easter eggs, and you're not communicating anything to anybody, you know. But if you paint a mural that makes people aware of issues or speaks on issues relevant to the people in the area, then you're being the voice of that community. You're bringing empowerment. You're bringing community pride. So, for this mural to be that widely received as a community muralist and a community artist, that to me that's as good as it could get. You know, that's as pure as it could get, and that's as effective as it could get. If I could do projects like that for the rest of my life, I would have the most successful life.
In what sense?
Because it's not really about money. It's about your work counting for something and trying to leave a legacy behind you and trying to do some good things with your time while you're alive. And so that really would achieve those things.
This next story we're going to bring you is about Demolition Men. They're two mixtape masters out of the Bay Area. They kind of capitalized on the whole mixtape boom that happened in the last couple years. And I don't know if they've worked with Beat Witty yet, but I'm pretty sure they would like to, because, you know, it's that good. But check their story out now.
Y'all here at the home base with the Demolition Men, man. DJ Imperial, DJ Devereaux, Bay Area Mixtape Kings.
Be on the lookout for all our mixtapes, man. We do hip hop, R&B, reggaeton. We do all bass stuff. We do south stuff. We do a little bit of everything. Man, we got our mixtapes everywhere, man. You can find us on the street. Cop it, man. They're hot, man. We also got them here in the liquor store. You know what I mean? We everywhere, man. Come here. Let me show you real quick. We got the mixtapes up here, man. Flying off the shelves all the time. Got the new Selfie right here. Got the reggaetons. I got the one hosted by David Banner. Hey, how the mixtapes doing?
They're doing very well.
Right? They move?
They move very well.
See what I'm saying, man? This is not a game, man. Real DJs, man. I mean, it was a real, like, kind of drought on the mixtape scene in general out here, you feel me? So, I really wanted to start that mixtape vibe out here.
When we first started this, we didn't have no money. You know what I'm saying? I just lost my job. I just got fired. I was unemployed. This motherfucker didn't have a job. You know what I'm saying? I was living off of, unemployment for like 6 months when I first started this. So, you know what I'm saying? I just learned to, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I've always been that way, though, you know, been able to do with what I got.
Basically what we do, man, we print up flyers, posters. We drop 2 mixtapes a month. And you gotta be on the internet blasting it. You gotta be at every party blasting it. I still take the BART everywhere, you feel me? So every time I take the BART or anywhere I'm walking, I hit at least 1,000 people a day. So you imagine that, 1,000 people a day get a flyer. What happens after that? You do the math.
I guess our day ain't over, is it? Hell no. We got plenty more work down here. Yeah. Tapes are like the radio of the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like getting a song on a mixtape is like equivalent to like, you know, a spin. But then you also gotta look at it and do the math and see how many times that mixtape's gonna get played, or how many times that mixtape's gonna get stolen. Because I'm sure anybody who's got a mixtape knows it gets stolen, you know what I'm saying?
We usually come out with themes and subjects for like a mixtape. So it gotta really fit the theme, you know what I mean? Like we get a lot of dope music all the time, but if it doesn't fit that one theme of the mixtape, don't worry about it. It might be in the next. We recorded right in here, man. It's called the Dungeon.
Bring it to the home base.
Yeah, man, coming through it.
Yes, this is the booth right here, you know what I'm saying? This is where all the music magic happens. I'm saying, this is the mic right here, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what kind of mic it is. One of my homeboys just let me use it. One of my partners, Vincent Price. See, I know y'all heard of him. But yeah, this is where everything gets recorded at, you know what I'm saying? And use the headphones, you know what I'm saying? You listen to and monitor yourself in. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to you in the other room, you know what I'm saying? Back at the other lab. And man, we just had mad folks up here, man. Selski's been up in here, Jacka, Hustler, I don't know, man. Just about any rapper you've seen that's hosting mixtape, man, it's been done here. Saying I ain't gonna put them on blast, but I know there's DJs out there who charge, you know, motherfuckers to get on the mixtape.
10,000s to be on the mixtape, and to be last on it too. Track number 25. You paying 3 G's.
It'll say the bonus section.
What are you doing, man?
We don't charge to get on a mixtape, you know what I'm saying? It's like if you make it on a mixtape, man, you know what I'm saying? You doing something, we recognize your hustle, or you making hot music, you know what I'm saying? One of the two. This is an MPC right here, 2000. It's a drum machine. It's what I use to make beats on. This is my mixer right here. It's a Rane TTM 52. It's top of the line battle mixer. You can't be a DJ and get stuck behind in technology. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I ain't gonna lie, man. When these first came out, man, I used to hate on them. And real DJs don't use a CDJ, you know what I'm saying? We use vinyl. But I mean, man.
The reason why we like it is because we treat it like vinyl.
Yeah.
We just don't mix. We do everything on there, man. I mean, the money's not even a factor no more, you know what I mean? You make money because that's what just happens, you know what I mean? But really, it's all from here to the heart, you know what I mean?
I got the hottest mixtape available for you, brand new, exclusive, everything.
You just got a glimpse into the good, the bad, and the ugly of the Bay Area and abroad.
And as always, this is our time to go. But if you want to stay updated and you want to learn more and you want to keep in touch with me or whoever, me, go to youthoutlook.org. And until then, peace out.